Thank you for watching the South Sports video blog. I'm Troy Westhead. Thank you once again. Good morning to everyone. Today's date is December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2022, episode 214 today. I'm Troy West. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching the South Sports Gaming channel. Thank you for all the support. As always, hope everybody having a good holiday season. Holidays ain't my cup of tea, but if you can find some joy out this time of year, definitely enjoy it. Got a kind of a big show today. We got some baseball news to get into. Carlos Correa switching from the Giants to the Mets. That was an interesting thing this week. And also the Trevor Bauer is back, being reinstated by independent arbitrator in the MLB for his long suspension that he had. We'll get into those things in a few moments. NBA talk. Anthony Davis hurt again, but it is somewhat good news, a silver lining in it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the games tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas, of course. The NBA traditionally have a pretty much all day of great matchups. We'll take a look at all 5 games, which I think the game I most look forward to. I think it's easy for me, but we'll look into that. And our NBA up and down segment starting to lose a little steam because it's hard to find some teams to put in the up and down category every week. You don't want to put the same team in there every week, but I figured some things out. I did that, put that together this week. And NFL Week 16, of course, off to a full start. Thursday Night Football, Jaguars able to win to keep their playoff hopes alive against the New York Jets, which playoff hopes took a little dip. Big 5 games of the week with all the picks pretty much for today, because the games are today. There's still a few games tomorrow, but like I said, the NBA usually do Christmas, so I guess both leagues compromise. So it's still 3 games tomorrow in the NFL, and we'll get into all of that and pick all the games this week. I was pretty much in danger of canceling again today because well, I know everybody and pretty much the whole country is cold, but especially if you're in the Midwest and the Northeast in America, or probably I know Canada's probably getting it bad too if it's cold down here. Temperatures in the single digits, so we lost power for a while yesterday here, so that was a struggle trying to work through that. And lights came back on pretty much around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here. As I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, it was freezing, it was cold. Like I said, I work, I hinted that I work at assisted living, so, and I live here as well, so just a little bit rough to get through that, to get through the night and stuff like that. This morning was kind of rough as well. I froze like pipes and stuff like that, so all the problems that comes with cold weather, pretty much we had them the last pretty much 12 hours or so. I almost had to cancel today. And then, like I said, I'm not a holiday person. I ain't been posting a lot, but I'm gonna try to post some stuff today on my community post. Do some shorts as well, so look out for that today. The channel, like I said, we'll get into that at the end of the show. Like I said, I've been posting a lot of that posts really. Any day yesterday, I was kind of busy yesterday. The last 2 days really, so it's been hard to post things. So, but hopefully, I try to do some, maybe some Bro Force today or something like that. Trying to find a new project. Like I said, I want to play The Last of Us Part 2. So, and I want to do the Resident Evil, the Rose DLC. So there's a lot of things I want to do, but we'll get into all that as we talk about the channel later on. So let's go ahead and cover out baseball news, get that out the way. Like I said, I did a free agency report last week. And Carlos Correa was a Giant, but through this week he flipped and went to the Mets. I read an article. Basically what happened was the Giants was sort of skeptical about how his physical went. I guess that rubbed Carlos Correa the wrong way. They said the Mets was pursuing him anyway, and to get an extra year with the Mets, 12 for $350. That's 11 for $315. I think the Giants was going to give him. But look at the Mets. The Mets made a lot of big moves. Got Justin Verlander. He's a veteran, but he's still one of the best pitchers in the baseball, at least top 5 in my opinion. Um, you get Correa now. You got Lindor, you got the Polar Bear, so the Mets are going to be a problem. As a Braves fan, they did win the division last year, winning 100 games. They probably better this year. They going to have the highest payroll in baseball easily for what they done. Like I said, they did let Jacob DeGrom go. I think that's going to hurt in the long run, but I think short term I kind of understand because he's always injured. So you got Verlander, who's a workhorse. The pitcher staff is pretty much good anyway. But then Correa, he's going to have to go to third. The doors going to stay at shortstop. That's what they say is going to happen. But those guys are both from Puerto Rico, so they play together all the time. So that's an easy fix for Correa. It's not going to be a big problem. And he was in Minnesota last week. Remember, I was trying to figure out where he was the previous season. So it was kind of a bombshell. He switched over like that. Giants made some moves as well, or tried to, but he wound up flipping and going to the Mets. So that was interesting to see. So I read about it. Basically, it was a physical problem. Giants sort of rubbed him the wrong way. Probably thought that he would leave him hanging. So I guess he said, "Well, I side with the Mets then." Like I said, the Mets will prepare. Our division will be a problem. As a Braves fan, got to deal with the Mets. Got to deal with Got to deal with the Mets. Got to deal with the Philadelphia Phillies, who made some moves as well, and they were just in the World Series last year. So we're in a tough division. We're in a tough division for sure. So we're going to have to be ready next year. But that was the bombshell of the week in baseball. And this was sort of quiet, but Trevor Bauer, like I said, if you want to read about his domestic violence charges and stuff, you can look that up yourselves. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but basically that's what he was suspended for. But there was no charges pressed against him formally, so maybe this independent arbitrator that reinstated him, maybe that's what they was really looking at. And then I think if he'd have been out, I think it would have been 2 years, right? I believe. So that would have been way past. I think 144 was the highest. 144 games was the highest domestic violence suspension. So he already passed that by missing the whole year. To be honest with you, I don't got no problem with it. Honestly, sometimes you just gotta unfortunately sometimes the system is the system. He didn't get charged, he didn't go to jail for it. So I think honestly I don't want to use the word unfair because, and I don't know if he did it, that's why it's like the details that I read, it was terrible. So if this accuser, which is I'm just going to touch on this for a second, if she fabricated that, that's bad, you know what I mean? Because that, even if, let's just say he ain't do anything, people still will look at him with a side eye anyway. So that's why I think if you can prove that the person is also not telling the truth, they should get some charges, or some serious charges as well, because you pretty much destroy somebody's life. Even though he, like I said, he ain't do no jail time, but his reputation has definitely changed from the public eye. So I don't have a problem with it. Since he didn't get charged formally, he didn't go to jail. I think he deserved to come back and play. So and that's good news for the Dodgers, because I think Kershaw is pretty much, I don't want to say he's done, but he's not the same guy. Injuries has wore him down. But they found some good pitchers last year. Dodgers, of course, disappointed. Had the best record in baseball. I think they'd be right there again. But having him would definitely set things back right with the Dodgers. Definitely to compete with the Padres, and they made some big moves as well. So baseball's going to be interesting this year. We'll see if some teams can still stay afloat. Oh, pardon me. Or some teams will fall back. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the NBA. Let's talk some news first. Anthony Davis I kind of feel bad for him, man. He just can't stay healthy. He's hurt again, a foot injury. So it's a stress factor in his foot. But I think they said he could return next month, sometime next month. I think it depends on how the Lakers going. If the Lakers continue to struggle and not in contention, I would go ahead and at least send him out to the All-Star break. But I would still get him some play this year because he just been out for too long. So you don't want to sit him too long. But I think if they already out of it, if they don't do well between now and maybe the middle of January or whenever he's supposed to come back, I would at least hold him out to the All-Star break, let him rest all the way up, then let him have a push in the second half of the season. But it's unfortunate for the Lakers. Lakers, man, it's just a weird team. They've been playing a little bit better ball. Russell Westbrook has embraced this bench role. I think since then, really, the Lakers have played better overall. Everybody getting on Pat Bev, some of the stuff he's been doing, the antics and everything else. Then he's just not playing well offensively for sure. But quietly, LeBron is still LeBron. So as long as you got him, you always got a shot. The West ain't nobody poured away. Really, is bunched up at the top and the bottom. So I think the Lakers still got a chance. I think if they fall completely off the bat, I would just send him at least to the All-Star break. But I would still want to play him more this year. And he was dominating. He was playing very, very well in his own right. So to see him get hurt again, it just sucks. So hopefully the return of January is realistic. That's what they're saying. So but it's just unfortunate that he hurt once again. He just can't stay healthy. Christmas Eve, as we know, so Christmas is tomorrow. NBA is usually daytime. This is usually when the season starts to heat up. 5 games tomorrow, all on ABC, thank goodness, because I don't got cable, so some people could probably join me in that cheer. So I'm going to try to flip between football and basketball. Like I said, it's still football on tomorrow, but the 3 games tomorrow is not real significant. So, my resident, I got to work tomorrow all day, so my residents here, they like football better. They don't really like basketball. I try to still peek in here and there. First game of the day, Philadelphia, New York Knicks. Then I think 3:30 start, Lakers at Dallas Mavericks. This is the game, to me, is the biggest game of the day. Milwaukee at Boston, just because both teams at top of the Eastern Conference, plus just to go a long way in positioning for the playoffs. Memphis at Golden State, that would have been a big win, but no Steph Curry, as you know. Klay Thompson is still inconsistent, him and Jordan Poole. So Memphis, depends on how they feel. And I only say that because sometimes when they focus, they can play good basketball. There might be a wipe out there. And then the late game is Phoenix at Denver. Suns been struggling a little bit. Devin Booker didn't play last night. Is Devin Booker hurt? I don't think so. But I don't know how they like the rest players. Denver Nuggets, still continue. Like I said, they right there. I think they tied for first in the West right now. Jokic still doing his thing. Jamal Murray starting to flash like he's his old self again. So, but definitely Milwaukee Boston to me definitely is the biggest game. I want to see Dallas because I like Luka, so that's the game I kind of want to see as well. Philly, New York, Knicks been playing well as well. The Knicks been one of the surprises in the NBA. They've been playing real good basketball. Philadelphia's starting to get their legs with Embiid, and I think Jay Harden just got back. So, some good games overall. Some good games. The game to me that might be the wipeout game is Memphis Golden State, just because the Warriors are so injured. So, but still all good 5 games tomorrow. But yeah, Milwaukee Boston, that's going to be the game there. And I think that's a 5:30 tip. So that's going to be huge. Alright, let's do our up and down segment. It's like I said, it's been getting harder and harder to do these things every week because it's only a week, so some teams only play 2 games a week, 3 games a week. But I like to be positive first. Let's do the ups first. Brooklyn Nets. People starting to talk about the Nets, but the Brooklyn Nets, big win last night, by the way. Handling Milwaukee pretty easily. That's not nothing to dismiss. Kevin Durant is still doing Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, since he's been back, They play very well basketball. But it's that bitch. Like I said, I like that bitch. I like Royce O'Neal. He was hot last night. I seen some highlights. He was playing well. Ben Simmons is fitting into his role. Like I said, don't try to be the scorer. Just facilitate the basketball. Clean up around the basket. You don't have to shoot the basketball. Not on this team, Then the shooters around him, Steph Curry, Joe Harris. I just like this roster. Royce O'Neal doing some dirty stuff. Nicholas Claxton, I'm sorry. That's what I was thinking about. So I really like this Brooklyn team. So.
When you come out, I can go through it.
The water's still not running here across the toilet.
No, you can see it, the shit and the toilet paper, a little bit of water.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Like I said, I'll be doing this around work. Hopefully. Sorry about the interruption there. This was listening to what they was talking about. Like I said, we having problems in here right now. So, but anyway, I was talking about the Nets. Yeah, the Nets, you gotta give them credit, man. They playing well. They right there, top of the East. A couple games out. They playing better defensively as well. I ain't gonna lie, Steve Nash look a little bad right now since they made that move. That's been playing pretty good basketball, so give them credit. The Western Conference, the LA Clippers quietly playing very, very good basketball as well. Kawhi Leonard's back. They've been sort of trying to ease him back in. Paul George, those two still good, the wing players, especially on the defensive side and offensive side. Like I said, I still like Reggie Jackson. He's fun to watch. So the Clippers are a little sneaky team, lingering down there in the West. So look out for them. Down, I just had the final team. Memphis Grizzlies as well in the up because they've been playing really good basketball. The big blowout win. Who they beat? It was somebody significant too. For Phoenix, they took Phoenix down. I don't know if Devin Booker played or not during that game because he didn't play last night and Phoenix lost. They've been playing good basketball as well. Ja Morant, remember he got hurt. He was supposed to be out for a while, but he's been playing. He's been saying some stuff like, we're not afraid of nobody. And I like the attitude, There's a team to watch out for in the West as well. So they hold up. So now let's go to the down East. I just had to find a team, Miami Heat. I'm not going to get on them too much. They're under 500. I just expected them to be playing better. That's all. But I think they're going to turn it around eventually. And in the West, like I said, Phoenix. Again, just had to find someone. This was struggling a little bit, losing a couple of games to the top teams of the West. So, and I said Phoenix, they window pretty much as far as like being at the top of the West closed. Now, if things break right, they still good enough. Devin Booker, I think he had a 50-point game this week. Pascal Siakam for Toronto, just to throw out there, he had a 50. I think he scored 57. Luka just had 50 last night. But I just put Phoenix in there just because they've been struggling just a little bit. Never fell completely off, but they've been struggling a little bit. Okay, so that's it for the NBA. We're going to move over to the NFL. Week 16 is here. Look back over Thursday Night Football. Jets fall into the Jacksonville Jaguars at home, 19-3. Jets, a lot of controversy around them. Of course, Mike White got hurt. They had to go back to Zach Wilson. He didn't play well in the first half. He got benched. But the Jags quietly playing well. Just a game under 500 now. Tennessee play the Texans this week, so I think if Tennessee can win this game, they might hold them off. And I'm still going to believe that. I think the Titans, just how, like I said, I just like how disciplined they are. But they have been struggling. Ryan Tannehill is out, most likely for the season. So I think this Houston game is going to be a tough game. But if they can win that game, they might hold off Jacksonville. Just not enough games left. But if they slip this game, the school of Jacksonville will have opportunity to come back and win that division. Now the wild card, they got an outside shot at that, but there's too many teams in front of them for that, so I'm not sure if they can make that. But a big win for them nevertheless to keep alive. Trevor Lawrence looks like he's finding his way here in the NFL. Doug Peterson, give him credit, the coach. I don't know what Urban Meyer was doing last year, man. I still respect Urban Meyer though. I think somebody said he was chasing the money. Maybe so. Maybe he just wanted to make some money real quick. Wasn't gonna really never take it that serious. Maybe the Jaguars figured that out and let him go. But Doug Peterson, you gotta give him credit. He's a great coach. What he did in Philadelphia, and now what he's doing here. So Jaguars going to be a team. They're going to be that second team to challenge Tennessee. Houston got a long way to go. The Colts now, I don't know what they're going to do because I can imagine Matt Ryan's coming back. I'm not sure, but the Colts got some things to work on. So I think Jacksonville about to be that second team. I think Tennessee is fine. But the Jaguars, but see, out of all those teams, the Jaguars have their quarterback. And that's probably going to be the advantage for them going for the next few years. Tennessee, even though Tannehill is hurt, it's not just that. He's just, his ceiling. What his ceiling is. Houston don't have anybody. And the Colts, like I said, Matt Ryan is definitely not the future. So who's your future quarterback? So we'll see. All right, let's get into this week's games. Make our picks. And then we're going to wrap up this blog for the week. Let me pull up the NFL schedule. Of course, most of the games are today. Like I said, because it's Christmas, so it's tomorrow. It'll be 3 games tomorrow. But most of the games are today. And we're going to start with the Ravens and the Falcons in Baltimore. Like I said, it's freezing cold here. That's going to be a tough game for both teams today. No Lamar Jackson again for the Ravens. Now I'm starting to hear that it's more that he's taking his time to come back. Just like I said in preseason when he was just coming back, he's going to take his time. And I think he's somewhat, I don't want to say he's upset with the organization, but I think he don't like how the contract thing went. If that's true, I can't blame him if he's trying to take his time to come back. I don't blame him. So but I think the Ravens will win this game though, by the way. Atlanta will go over the rookie quarterback. They're not used to playing outside. I think they're going to struggle more than we are with these elements, but it's cold. Trust me, I'm in Baltimore right now. It's freezing here. I know it might be cold in other places, but it's no joke here. Then, like I said, we ain't have no heat for a while. Because of the lights and stuff going out. So yeah, so that was tough. But that's gonna be a rough game for the Ravens, but I think they get it done. I think they win in a tight. I think it's gonna be tight though, and I think they get it done. And go to 10-5. Bills at Bears. Imagine it's probably really cold in Chicago. Bills, they used to it. Bears. The silver lining for they 3-11, but the silver lining is Justin Fields look like he the real deal. Then you're going to get a high pick, so you can ask maybe a playmaker for him. But I don't see how they win this game. I think Josh Allen, I think he's starting to hear what people say he's not really playing well overall. He's struggling a little bit, even though the Bills still been winning. I think he shows out today. I think the Bills win. 8 points. Like I said, anything over 5, I always raise my eyebrows no matter who it is. But I think they covered that 8 points. Saints at Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns here. Saints finally won a game last week. But I just don't like the way overall they've been playing all year. I think Deshaun Watson is starting to play a little bit better. So I think he'll have a decent game today. even though the weather's probably going to be a little shaky there too. And they got Nick Chubb, so I'll go with the Browns there. Just talked about this game, Texas at Tennessee, the Titans. Titans need this game. They've been struggling a little bit, but no Ryan Tannehill. I think this is going to be a tough game. Houston, despite their record 1-12-1, have played better. Played better and been in a lot of games. So they almost beat Kansas City last week. A division game as well. So I think the Titans win this game, but I think they struggle a little bit. 3 points is pretty much right, unless Derrick Henry goes off, or if he do, that could be some separation. But I think Houston plays them tough, but I think the Titans pulls it out. Seahawks at Chiefs. This has made it to my big five, my first big five on the list. Even though Chiefs are 10-point favorite, this is a big game for both of these teams as far as playoff. Seahawks was doing their thing. Geno Smith still playing okay, but they haven't been playing consistently the last few weeks. Chiefs, like I said, the scare last week with Houston. A few games this year been a little closer than you thought they would be. They 10-point favorite this game, and I think I don't think they cover. I think the Seahawks at least stay within a touchdown, but I think the Chiefs do win this game. Patrick Mahomes will continue to improve his MVP case. Now I think he's pretty much going to win it now because Jalen Hurts is hurt, and he probably I don't think he's going to play the rest of the season. I'm starting to think. I think they're going to get him ready for the playoffs, especially if they beat Dallas today. Because they beat Dallas, they pretty much clinch everything. They clinched the 1 seed and all that. We're going to talk about that game, but I think the Chiefs win. But I don't think they cover this 10 points. I think it'll be within 10. Another big game, big 5 game. The second game on the list, the New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. Now this game is a weird game because both of these teams basically not respected. The Giants, they 8-5-1, but a lot of people don't think they're that great. Same with Minnesota. I've been getting pushed back the last few weeks because they've been on my power rankings. They was down 33-0 last week to the Colts. Came all the way back and won that game. I just give the Vikings credit. They still won 11 games. No matter, their schedule was a little soft, and the teams they lost to are pretty much contenders: Philadelphia and Dallas. Who else they lose to? They lost to Detroit. And Detroit might be a playoff team. They coming. So I get it. I get the pushback about the Vikings, but when you win 11 games in the NFL, it don't matter. I don't care who you play. So they're gonna be up there till they lose. Giants. Now the Giants, I think they is a little fraudulent because of Daniel Jones. He's not consistent. But they I don't know. They just fight. I mean, that's what I like about the Giants. They don't quit. They fight to the end. Big win against Washington. I didn't think they was gonna win that game last week. That's helped their playoff chances big time. But this game will go a long way. I think Minnesota already clinched the central. The North. They don't really. I don't think they're gonna catch Philly. I think Philly gonna win the 1 seed. So I think if they lose this game, it don't hurt. I think they can still be the 2nd seed. But the Giants, I think they need this game to stay in playoff contention. We're gonna look at the playoff picture actually now that I'm thinking about it after we go through the picks. But I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Like I said, I really like this team. I know they shaky on defense. Kirk Cousins is, he comes and goes, but when he's on, Justin Jefferson is a game changer. I think that's gonna matter today. They're at home. I think the Giants, I think it'll be a game, but I think Minnesota wins and at least put some pressure on the Eagles for the 1 seed. Next game on the schedule, Bengals at Patriots. We're in the Saturday still. Bengals are 3-point favorites. Cincinnati 6 in a row, as you know. Been playing very good football. But the Patriots are a dangerous team just because of Bill Belichick and the things he can might throw out Joe Burrow. They can get pressure over the quarterback. So I think any team that can do that, that's pretty much Cincinnati's kryptonite. But I still think they overcome it. and win the game. I think Matt Jones a little bit, his mind a little bit not focused right now. Everything's going on around him. The loss last week was devastating as well. So I think Cincinnati goes in there, and if they could Tennessee, Cincinnati to me, like I said, they actually in my power rankings, they 5th, but they're good on the road, then they just a game would just come up and they just look great, just don't look good. So but it's a physical game that could happen because like I said, Bill Belichick can put together a game plan and put pressure on Mr. Burrow. So, but I respect Cincinnati though. I love Cincinnati. As far as being a good team the next few years, like I said, as a Raiders fan, they're going to be a pest. So, but I think they somehow pull this game out and win. But I think it's going to be tough. Lions at Panthers. Lions 2.5 favorite on the road. They've been rolling as well. They started the season 1-6. I think they 6-1 the last 7 games. Big wins. And I think they might make the playoffs. We're gonna look at the playoff picture, but I think they might make it. This will be a game to go a long way. Carolina been playing a little bit better since they got Big out of there, Sam Darnold. But they did lose last week to Pittsburgh. Detroit defense ain't that good. That's why I'm a little worried they might, slip and lose this game. But I think they go there. They went to New York last week, beat the Jets. They're good defense. I think the Panthers defense is okay, but they're not as good as the Jets. I think the Lions come out and pull this game out. Commanders at 49ers. That made my big 5. Commanders, of course, big loss last week to the Giants. I mentioned 7-6-1. Niners 10-4. At 6.5 point favorites. Only thing I was trepidized about the Niners, and like I said, a lot of people say they should be, like, I think in some power, I see them second. Like, I mean, it's hard to, you can't argue against it too much. What they've done with pretty much the quarterback carousel. The team is a solid team, talent everywhere. Defensively, they definitely great defensively. I think they number 1 in the NFL. And I think that's what's going to win this game. I like Tyler Heineke though, but I think he's not going to be able to come this 49 defense. I think the Niners win. Chase Young is back this week. I heard he'd be playing, so and I'm rooting for the kid. I like Chase Young. Hopefully he can rebound. Had to suffer an injury last year. But sort of even before the injury, he sort of was, struggling a little bit. So we'll see how he goes. But I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL. But I think the Niners win this game. I think Washington. I think it might be under 6.5. I might take that. I think the 49ers going to pull it out and win the game. They already clinched the division. So they will be 3-4, something like that in the playoffs. We're going to look at the playoff picture in a moment. Eagles, Cowboys. Of course, no Jalen Hurts today. And they said he might not play next week either. But I think they might just shut him down for the regular season, especially if they win this game. Because like I said, they probably pretty much clinch the 1 seed and the NFC East. Dallas come in a little bit reeling off that loss to Jacksonville. Just haven't looked very, very sharp the last few weeks. But you've seen them at their full potential, how they can dominate a football game. Dak Prescott, heat on him a little bit, so let's see how well he plays. Dallas is at home, but I still think somehow Philly win this game. I like Gardner Minshew. I don't think Gardner Minshew is. I think he could be a starter in certain moments. Certain teams. He look like a low-level starter. I think he can plug in for a game or two and win a game. And Dallas is just seeing like every time it's time to show out, they just don't show up. So on those factors alone, I think A.J. Brown will have another big game this week. I like the Eagles still. I think they're going to run the ball at Dallas as well. But I think it's going to be a tough game, though. I'm going to go with Philadelphia here. They clinch everything. Of course, they won number 1 in my power rankings. So, oops, sorry about that. There we go. Just trying to make sure my controller don't cut off. But I'm going with the Eagles here. I think it's going to be a close game just because of the circumstances. But Dallas, I think Dallas going to wind up being the 5th seed and probably going to wind up paying Tampa. That's pretty much almost how it's going to look here. And like I said, we're about to look at the playoff picture. And the final game of today, Raiders at Steelers. Rest in peace, Franco Harris. I know y'all heard that he passed away this week. Who was a part of the Immaculate Reception back in the 70s. Of course, that's a little bit before my time. These two teams was rivals during that time. Raiders in the 70s with John Madden, who was also, it's almost been a year since he passed away. So this game, I think the Steelers going to win. They at home. Raiders, like I said, big win last week. Something finally went right for them last week, but I still think overall they just shoot themselves in the foot. I think Pittsburgh, I think the defense is going to be what carries them in this game. I think Trubisky is the starter. I don't think Kenny Pickett's back yet. I think somebody said he might be playing. But either or, I still like Pittsburgh to win the game in a close one. Okay, let's move on to Sunday. 3 more games here. Let's go through them quickly. Packers at Dolphins. I like Miami at home. Green Bay, because it's Aaron Rodgers, I understand it. Still giving hope for a playoff picture, but I think it is tomorrow. I think the Dolphins win that game and improve their playoff chances. Broncos at Rams, probably two of the most disappointing teams in football, both 4-10. But Rams at home, so I'm going to take the Rams. Buccaneers, Cardinals. Buccaneers need this game. Arizona, no Kyler Murray. So I'm going to go with Tampa in that game. And then Monday night, Chargers at Colts. I like the Chargers. They rolling. I think they start to get healthy. I think this would be the year, even though it was supposed to be last year, that they get in the playoffs and might mess some things up. So I like the Chargers. The Colts, to me, that loss last week, I think that's going to linger the rest of the season. We'll see. Jeff Saturday, he ain't going nowhere. At least he going to get a chance next season. But and he's just a rookie coach, so I don't, but last week was unacceptable because it never happened before. He thought it was impossible, but I guess it wasn't. I like the Chargers, though, to win. Alright, so let's look at the playoff picture now in both conferences. Like I said, some big games today So right now in the AFC, Buffalo will be the 1 seed. They already clinched their division. No, they clinched the playoff spot. Sorry, they ain't clinched the division yet. Them and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's 3rd. Kansas City's 2nd, but they have clinched their division. Then Tennessee at 4 for the South. So, like I said, Jacksonville has a chance to catch them and win that. And then to the end of the wild card picture as well. Just a game out. Miami and 7th. Chile Chargers is 6. New England at 7-7 is right there at 8. So then Jacksonville at 7-8. Jets are 7-8 after the loss Thursday night. Vegas at 6-8. So this is a big game for Vegas if they want to have a real chance. Well, yeah. So basically, this is an elimination game. Vegas, Pittsburgh. Losing that game probably ain't gonna make it. Ain't gonna make it. It'll probably be official because I see Indy here is eliminated at 4. Well, they got a tie. So, but yeah, I think the loser of that game will be done. Cleveland, I think they're going to beat New Orleans today, so their playoff hopes might stay alive as well. NFC, Eagles clinched the playoff spot, not the division yet, but they 13-1. Vikings are 2nd at 11-3. San Francisco is 3rd at 10-4. They both clinched their division, so they will be playoff teams. Tampa 6-8 in that weak NFC South is 4th. Dallas clinched the playoff spot as well. They 5th. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where they're going to stay. And the Giants and the Redskins, the Commanders, 6-7. So Seattle on the outside looking at that 7-7. So is Detroit. Green Bay, like I said, 6-8. not officially eliminated, but pretty much is Carolina, New Orleans. Oh well, probably because they can still catch Tampa, so they are 5-9. But I think the Buccaneers will somehow win this division. So to me, it's like, well, if the Giants can somehow win today, I think that pretty much stacked them in. I think that everybody be chasing Washington, but Washington fall off, and they got a tough game today. So, like I said, Seattle can somehow upset the Chiefs. That'll help. Detroit and Carolina. So yeah. So today, some days gonna be cleared up. So that is NFL Week 16 for the week, everyone. And that's pretty much about to wrap this blog up. So some quick thoughts, like I said, with the channel. Like I said, been off and on this week. Been a busy week at work. So, been a tough week to do content. But I don't want to make no promises, but today I might try to squeeze in a Broforce video, something quick. Cause I need to take a nap. I'm tired. I'm gonna get this video together, post it. But just look out for stuff that's, in the coming new year. I'll be trying to find some new projects to do. We'll finish up God of War as well. So stay tuned for all that in the coming weeks. More sports blogs and everything else as NFL playoffs is right around the corner. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Like I said, holidays is not my time of year. I really kind of be a little depressed a little bit. That's why sometimes I'll be wanting to post stuff in either I just be tired or but I'm gonna try to do better with that. Shout out to my man, Good Vibes again. Thank you for joining me. I did do a live stream Thursday anyway, with Broforce. He came through. I say my thoughts are with him because he said his mom just had a stroke recently. So bro, I'm thinking about you, man. Thank you for being one of my loyal supporters. Like I said, I know you got school and everything, so I appreciate it when you do take the time to come through, especially when I do my live streams. You usually always come by my live streams all the time. But I just hope every day is going well with your mother. Like I said, I lost my mom, so I kind of understand it. I mean, not wishing that on you, but I'm just saying I kind of know how it feels, even though I'm, my old man compared to you. But guess I'm just saying that my thoughts are with you, man. And thank you for the support. Like I said, shout out to my friend Happy Hearts 888 again. Like I said, she's been supportive. She's going through her whole thing, but I still appreciate it. She might not think I do, but I do. For us local people, my bro Fat Man the God. My friend Yvette, that I shouted out last week. She just had surgery, so I'm gonna try to reach out to her today and see how she's doing. But other than that, like I said, something with a loyal support. I wish I had more loyal support, but it is what it is. Channel a little bit of standstill, but like I said, I try not to get discouraged about that. Just be willing to vent, because sometimes I just, just don't feel, like you got the support. So, but still, like I said, I appreciate the support I do get. I really do. No matter if it's small or big, I appreciate it all. So again, shout out to my man, Good Vibes. Like I said, my thoughts are with you, my friend Vet as well. As both of them went through some things I know about this week, and helping out 888 as well. Like I said, thank you to all you guys. So that'll do it for this week. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Hopefully things will be better next Saturday. It'll be New Year's Eve. And so we'll see how this week goes. Stay warm, because like I said, it's cold everywhere, but here in Baltimore we're freezing, man. See my space heater right here beside me. So I'll try to stay warm. I'm going to edit this video, get this video straight, and put it up on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for sitting with me with another Solid Sports video blog. Definitely comment if you agree or disagree, just to have some dialogue, what you think. Definitely love that. Hit me up on all my social media platforms. It's in my main page on YouTube. I'm better stop putting it in the description, because it's just I wouldn't say a waste of time, but you can just go look on the main page and hit me up for any of those, especially Instagram. Instagram probably the easiest one. Facebook I don't really be on that much, or TikTok, even though I just did TikTok to try to just push the channel even further. But thank you guys again. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, enjoy your holidays, and I'll see you guys next week. Check out my community tab. I'm gonna put some stuff on the community tab today, so check out the community tab. And thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Thank you. Peace and love always.